Hello viewers, this is KSND Media. I decided maybe I was gonna make a guide on low-spec modding for Skyrim. Now, I have an Intel HD 620, right? Your specs are probably gonna be different, they may be the same, I don't know. But I'm doing this guide on a laptop that purposely doesn't have such great specs for that reason, right? This is supposed to be a low-spec kind of guide, and I'm sure a lot of those exist, but I figured, I got nothing better to do, honestly. I'll make one myself. So right now we're on the Nexus Mods website. This is where we're going to be getting most of our mods. I do have, you can see on screen, some other mods from Team Tell. I went over this in a video about I Can't Believe It's Not Skyrim on my channel. I'll put the download link to these in this video as well because these will probably run on your PC. I think the equivalent of Intel HD integrated 620 is, at least for NVIDIA, GTS 450. I believe it's around there because this computer can run Crysis 1 to 3, mostly comfortably. So you shouldn't have too much problem with the mods we're going to go into here. I will put a timestamp. I'm going to be going through the mods one by one and then installing them. I should pull up Vortex here for you. So right now we have Dawnguard, Dragonborn, and Hearthfire already installed as zips because I am using a CD version of the game. If you have a crack, I technically can't tell you it works the same way. So for Steam, it also does work the same way. You can use Vortex to manage all your mods. So it doesn't really matter whether you have a legit copy or not, but I can't really tell you that per se. This stuff is irrelevant. You can activate Skyrim. All your managed mods are here. I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but maybe some people don't, so I'll just go through it. When you first install Skyrim, it will give you an option to activate, or it will tell you the screen will be blank and it will tell you to locate the files for the game, to which point you go to the directory. But it already recognized my game, so let's go back to mods here. These are plugins. I didn't uninstall all my plugins properly before I did this video because I uninstalled all my mods just for the video because I don't really play Skyrim much on this computer anymore. I play it on my main computer. So this is messy. Don't do this. Alright. So the first one we're going to want to go for is Skyrim Script Extender. Let's click on Skyrim here first. KSC. Okay. Should be pulling up here. There it is. Okay. I don't know why I didn't do that before. So you're going to get options here. Download with Vortex or manual. If you want Vortex to manage your mods, which I highly recommend. But if you have a lot of mods, you're going to want something to manage them. All the file conflicts. So basically what this does, you can read the description for yourself, but this SKSC any pre-download for lazy users. No, this does not include the SKSC, so you're going to want to install that separately. I do have it already installed, or already on my computer. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to cut here real quick because I got a lot of messy downloads. Alright, we're back. This is the... You know what? Let me just pull it. You can easily just find it doing this. But it's literally the first one. Script Extender. You can install via several different ways. But... Oh my god, Valorant is everywhere. Alright. So it's very straightforward. This is not hard at all. That's it. Okay, so now it's installed in my game. Now we can hit this. I highly recommend this. So meanwhile, we're gonna go and download it started. It's gonna beam it up here, see? So a lot of I'm gonna install this stuff in bulk. I'm gonna download it first. But if you click, god damn it, if you hit Vortex on any mod on Nexus mods, it'll just automatically install it if you have the app open or open the app for you and then install. So it's very easy. Modding has become much easier as the years have gone by. Um, FNIS, Force New Idols. This is essential for a lot of different other mods. Sky UI, you're gonna want to have that as well. It's a mod manager, not a mod manager per se, but changes the UI up a little bit. It's a lot of mods do require it. I'm sure you probably have it. Maybe you've forgotten about it or whatnot if you have a lot of mods installed, but it changes the UI, and some mods do require it. See, so you gotta have this installed. All right. So let's see, multiple, two more. We have the any settings, we have FNIS, we have Sky UI. Okay. So we're gonna go look for HDT. We're gonna look for HDT. Okay. There are a lot of other mods, for various audiences here. So download those at your leisure. I'm not downloading any of those. Okay, so it's probably beamed up here. We got that. All right. So just trying to remember what else I might need. Now will be a good time to actually pull up this guide here because I do have a list. Okay, yeah. So you only need to get two more maybe crash fixes and a legendary patch. Crash fixes. Okay. You can always just hit enter. I usually wait for it to pull up the thing. Unofficial. This does require the latest version. This Legendary Edition patch. I do have Update 13 installed, so I believe that is the latest one. Vortex. See, this one does require all the DLCs, so if you do have the Legendary Edition of the game, you shouldn't have much problem installing this. Otherwise, get the DLCs however you want. Alright, we have downloads. You can track your downloads here, but it's very straightforward. I'm not going to do that. Take about a minute. And crash fixes. It should be the last one for essentials. So once I'm done installing all of this and going through that, there will be a timestamp in the description once again for when I am done installing all the others, in terms of like aesthetic stuff for low-spec PCs. You can see I do have one of these open, but I'll go into it later. Alright, so I'm going to cut until this stuff is all installed or downloaded, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. So all the essential mods that I recommend you guys have are installed here. So I'm just going to go, or download it. You do have to manually install them one by one, but oftentimes it's very quick. See? Okay, install. FNIS behavior. Then SkyUI. Sometimes the order doesn't matter, but if there's a conflict, it will tell you and it'll automatically change the load order or prompt you to change it. Install, install, install. And then it'll prompt you to enable from this little bell. Extracting. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, I'm going to start on some of the aesthetic related stuff. So I did go into this here. I'm going to pull out my guide once again, because I've listed a lot of important stuff that you're probably going to want to have. In terms of gameplay, I'm not going to be putting mods in this video for that. That's something you can always get on your own, and that's not related to, graphics per se. The low-spec modding I'm going to go into right now is graphics related. So, gore and blood. Gore and blood is pretty big part of modding this game. So let's go ahead and do that. The vortex should be done. I'm going to enable this, and they're all enabled. So right now our first timestamp, I have crash fixes, Dawn Guard, Dragonborn, FNIS behavior, HDD physics, Hearthfire, SKSE any pre-download, SkyUI, and the unofficial Skyrim Legendary Edition patch. So those are all your essentials. So first off, for low spec, we're going to start with the gore and blood stuff. Deadly. Lee. There it is. Oh. Okay. Bleed. If you have the Caliantis Beautiful Bodies edition, it's a body mod, mainly female. There is a male slight mod here, but I'm not going to be using that. I'm going to be just using core. Vanilla bodies and outfits, copy the data. Main file, working core. Install this first. Okay. So you do need to install two things here. 4.9 megabytes. Let's go to bleed. Bleed a blood overhaul. So it should have beamed it up directly. Download started. Okay. So let's go back to files. Bleed only has one file. So let's hit Vortex here. And download. So since I'm not installing body mods, let's hit vanilla. On a different side note, I do recommend installing the CBB bodies. If you, it does add a certain degree of better character models, yeah. But also does add nude models. So whatever floats your boat, guys. Enhanced blood. There it is. You're definitely gonna want these mods in combination: deadly mutilation, bleed, and enhanced EBT. Okay, so I'm gonna install this. See what it got. I haven't installed this stuff in a while. NMM. Okay, that's Nexus Mod Manager. That's basically this. Light. Okay. Do not use the light version. Okay, so we won't do that. 100 megabytes. It'll take a bit. So I'm gonna go here, enhanced lighting. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Enhanced lights and effects. Lights and effects. There it is. Realistic lighting overhaul. Using these two in combination, I would recommend. I honestly don't know which one comes first, but I do know one of them has support for the other. I think this one, realistic. I believe it's this mod that has support for RLO. Enhanced. Okay, so no, it's this mod that does. So I would install this mod first and then the next one. Or no, install this one first because this has options for this. Okay. So let's go ahead and enable our other stuff first. Installing that. Download this. And then download this. Let's go ahead and do that. And then let's hit this. Because once again, this appears to be dependent on this in terms of installation settings. So you're gonna want to have this first. At the end of the day, I don't think it really matters. I think there have been times when I've installed them in different order, but just play it safe. Okay. Supreme and volumetric. So what I'm doing here is kind of like the I know some forgot who it was, but they were asking how to mod the game like I did in a kind of dark fantasy-ish way. You can use Climates of Tamriel, but if you want a dark fantasy kind of feel to certain environments and weathers, I would use this. It's scriptless. That's the key thing. So it's for performance. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this. Very important. Okay. So we're gonna go here, Dark Forest of Skyrim. I've never actually installed this mod, but I have heard it's a substitute for the Dark Fantasy Overhaul. I actually don't have access to that mod anymore. And I'm sure you could find it if you looked. It's been hosted elsewhere, but Dark Fantasy Overhaul is another alternative to this. So Dark Forest of Skyrim, it's got some really nice screenshots here. It adds dead trees, gives a overhaul to Morthal swamps. Install only one main file. Adds new trees. Does not change vanilla trees. I actually don't know what this is, so let's not go into that. Full version. So this depended on what your system specs are, right? I imagine this version would be a little more weighty, but I'm gonna put this anyway because I have actually had more mods than what I'm in my game on this computer than what I plan to show you guys because I want to go like low spec, like kind of potato-ish. So this is a whole 358 megabytes. If it takes too long, I'm just gonna cut the video once again. Okay, so let's go back here and take care of what we're doing here first. So, enhanced blood textures main, Dragonborn. So this is optional, right? What Vortex gives you the freedom to do is choose options, and I think that's amazing. Because back in the day when you used to do mods, you couldn't do that. You couldn't have, or it was very difficult, right? You'd have to go modify actual files by yourself, but no, instead here there's a menu. So Dawnguard, Dragonborn, I'm gonna just go with this since I'm not installing these aesthetic mods that I normally do have effects distance. So this is for performance, right? Long, it will render at a very far distance. So we're gonna keep the medium on. Honestly, I'm not even gonna probably notice it if it's long. It's waste of memory. So let's keep medium. Reduce swoon size, no. Textures, minimal resolution, default color. Let's go reduced. That's the one I usually do. No. Let's just do that. Minimal resolution. It's just blood. Okay. And you don't need to pick one. Finish. That's done. You're done with that. Enable all. See, we'll take care of the file conflicts at the end. Ah. Okay, so I kind of got it messed up. Let's not install that one. If you don't install something, it'll appear here, right? Never installed. So let's install this one first. I guess this one finished downloading before the other one did, so that's why it came up there. Didn't notice that. Okay. So let's check on my download here. One more minute. Supreme volumetric fog. Let's get that down. I'm not going to using any EMBs here. Just letting you know right now. There's no EMBs in this guide. I might do a more like high spec modding visually wise for my other computer. But for this one, for low spec computers, you do not want EMBs. They often like directly modify your game, and you can end up screwing your game because it won't run properly, and then you got to reinstall, and that can be very irritating. And this adds weather mods as well, right? So do not enhance this. It gets very dark, very very dark. I don't like that. Um, ELFX tweaks weathers, so we'll make the weathers a little pretty. Oh, that's creepy. I don't know why it's doing that. Okie dokie. Okay, so it looked like it got selected there. Okay, that was weird. I don't know why I was doing that. No player homes. Okay, so it had some mod support. I actually forgot about this. No candle smoke. This is if you want more performance. Let's just go with the new tortures and finish. Okay. More. Let's dismiss that. That was just from the error. Enable all. Enable all. So our dark forest just finished. I believe there is a grass mod that you can use. Verdant. This is the one. It does improve your FPS a little bit from what I just have to double check if this is the correct one. But okay, well, I did install this. Less of an FPS. Okay, so I think this is the correct one. Let's go to here, see what files they got. in your Skyrim.ini. So remember to do this. I'm not going to actually install this mod. I don't want to be playing with files too much and then take time from screen. Or actually, you know what the hell? We'll do it. I believe we're getting pretty close. We're gonna want to do maybe like a couple more. Noble Skyrim is actually, interestingly enough, probably something you want to install because I did use it on this computer and it's not that bad. If FPS is, if you're more interested in playing like comfortably and not like having an absolute seamless experience, uh, then you probably want to get that. So before we do anything else, enable, download. Okay. So let's go ahead and resolve this file conflict first. Bleed and enhanced. After suggested, it'll suggest what to do. So I recommend just going with the suggestion. So we're deploying right now. And 1 second away. Then let's go ahead and install 512. This is lower resolution textures. This is what you're going to want to have if you have this mod installed. And then it'll overwrite everything. Install this first. It's probably going to pop up something pretty soon, with, or maybe not. Okay. Let's go to Noble. Okay. Noble. Okay, there it is. And then let's use fog. There should be a fog remover here. Remove interior fog. You want to use this. It'll make the other mods look a little, the lighting mods look prettier. With the mod and without the mod, see? So it adds a bit of ambiance. Definitely get this mod. It makes your lighting is what was going to make your game look a lot prettier. That's the main focus of this video, to make your game look a little more alive, I guess, without, you know, compromising your performance too much. Okay. Changing its texture to custom ones. So this one is more of just like an aesthetic mod. You meant to compare it side by side, and they do have a performance version. So it's recommended if you have less than 2 gigabytes of VRAM, which is probably what you're going to have. This is a whole gigabyte. I'm not going to let you guys sit through that. It's already been half an hour. If you've been sitting through this, thank you so much for watching. All right. So I want to go water. Realistic water 2 is what you're going to want to use. I have more, oh, I don't know what the hell this is. Okay, I recommend this one. Medium, high, or high, medium, and low, right? If you see a mod like this, like a graphics mod, and it has options for low spec, always go with that. Chances are the low spec to medium spec difference is not going to be high. Low to high is going to be a more significant difference, but low to medium is not that much. It's the midway. You're not going to really tell. And if you're just going about like the regular course of your time, and you already have low graphics on, I mean, you're not gonna lose too much by installing something that's already low resolution, right? So let's once I download this, should be, or actually, I forgot about one quick mod. Let's cancel that. Remove. Okay. Flora. Or no, trees. Trees. Is it called trees? We'll find out. Okay. I don't know why it does that. Simply bigger trees. I'm not going to actually install these because I do already have a mod that modifies them, right? Um, so let's just go alternate start. I'm just doing this because, just because, right? Setting up for my own game. Uh, see what I got here. I'm totally blanking. It's alright. Download. Oh, that's right. Add item menu. That's a very important one. You're going to want to use that if you have mods installed. Ultimate Mod Explorer. It's very good. And then we'll go for normal Skyrim. And then... Alright. Then download has installed. Noble Skyrim, there it is. Okay. So we are done in Firefox. I'm going to close out of this. So everything we're handling is going to be on Vortex from now on. Enable, install all. Now I'm not going to show you guys installing this. Obviously go for the least performance impacting options. This is going to take 8 minutes. I'm not sitting here for 8 minutes. You guys, if you're watching the whole thing, you've already been sitting here for 32 minutes. So unresolved file conflict. We can always fix that. It's not a problem. Alright. Give permission. Medium, low. It even tells you here, right? Am I gonna notice that if I'm walking by on a horse? Like, don't screw yourself over on just because, oh, it says hi, I want it to look pretty. I mean, unless you spend your time staring at the water, you're not going to notice. Like, look at this. You're not going to notice that. The medium to high difference is even, like, more minute. So, if you want to go for medium, let's try medium, right, for sake of the video. New lands. Standing Stone. Worm's Tooth and Falscar. I don't have these installed, but very, very highly recommended. Bruma, Worm's Tooth, Falscar, very good mods. They're like whole new DLCs. They're beautiful. Waves, this and this. Other, they're very, very little, minute little things. I'm gonna go back. Bobbing longboats. Performance waterfalls. So it may improve performance. Anything that improves performance, you're gonna want to have this. I'm not gonna keep this, put this in, but that's an option for you. Static ice. They will no longer bob around in the water. That's not probably something you want. It takes a little bit of immersion out. Install this option for the originals. Extended ambience. You don't really need all of this unless you're paying attention to it more. Okay. I don't know what that was. Oh, loot. I had a different mod thingy. Don't worry about this. It's not relevant. Enable. More. 512 textures, remember? It said after. right? You're going to override this using that. And before Realistic Water 2, just go with what it suggests. Here it didn't suggest anything because they're both equally prioritized. Missing masters. Oh, that's right. UI extensions. So we're almost done here. UI extensions for Skyrim, and there we are. Download. Okay, now we should be done. Download started. Okay, so let's pause this and see if it... Okay, resume. That was quick. Enable. Check again. So keep in mind, deployment, it's going to take longer the more mods you have. So, okay, see, that disappeared. The deployment updates your mod list. So right now, I'm going to go through real quick, second timestamp. Bleed, Dark Forest of Skyrim, Deadly Mutilation, Core and Vanilla, Enhanced Blood Textures, Enhanced Light and Effects, HDD Physics Extensions, Realistic Lighting Overall. Actually, let's go back and enable that. Forgot to install it. Realistic Lighting Overhaul, Realistic Water 2, remove Interior Fog, select at least one, effects, illuminated spells. So you can play with these settings as you like. I'm going to have all of them equipped. Mod optionals, no, finished. Okay. So, file conflict, there it is. So we'll fix that in a minute. Realistic Lighting Overhaul, Realistic Water 2, remove Interior Fog, Supreme and Volumetric Fog, Verdant, 512 textures, and full version. Should be installed before. Deployment will be necessary. And I guess I ended up sitting for 8 minutes. So I will cut here, now that I've gone through all the aesthetic mods, and be back when this is done installing completely. I'm not going to go through the little options and stuff. Be right back.